In February on Newswatch at Noon In Depth, we looked at how small town economies in Southeast Ohio find ways to support their local businesses. But those businesses also need qualified employees, and they can be hard to come by for today's businesses that often need special skills. It's just as frustrating for people who want to work but don't know how to get qualified. Newswatch at Noon In-Depth reporter Lauren Ramoser went looking for the places where those two come together. Lauren?
Unemployment rates here in Southeast Ohio are the highest in the state, so there are many people looking for a new job. We also found many people working daily to match the right worker to the right job for the right employer.
Small rural towns make up the counties in Southeast Ohio, but it's the small and the rural that create a cycle of businesses coming and going. For many of these communities, there's just not enough residents to support anything larger than a diner or corner shop, a dollar store or a gas station. There aren't many jobs working at these businesses, and the ones there are don't pay much. Many of the high-paying jobs in Southeast Ohio fled with the coal industry, and residents of these small towns feel the brunt of it. Jean Demosky is the director of the Workforce Development Board. She looks at what jobs are in demand locally and how people can prepare for them.
For Athens County, we can see that most jobs posted are for things like retail. We encourage, because another one that's advertised quite frequently are healthcare, so some of the nursing assistants, things like that.
Healthcare is one of the top in-demand jobs in the region that's sending a growing number to nursing programs. One of those people is Stacia Mills. Stacia was unemployed and underqualified, but now works as a home health nurse.
You know, I have an 8-year-old son. I want to show him that I wasn't a quitter. And be able to provide for him. I love nursing. I like taking care of people. So I knew I had to do it. It's just, at one point I was like, I didn't know how I was going to finish it.
Mills travels all across the local area to take care of patients inside their homes. But her road to employment was not an easy one. She found help with Ohio Means Jobs.
Had they not had the programs and funding, I don't think I'd be sitting here. I ran out of financial aid, and they helped pay for my last semester.
In addition to having her final semester of nursing school paid for, Mills also got practical assistance to finish her training. The Ohio Means Jobs Center organized gas cards, money to purchase books, and provided technology in their office in the Plains. And Mills' story is not unique.
Well, we have unemployment rates all across the state. In our area, Athens, Meigs, and Perry, Meigs County has one of the highest unemployment rates in the state. Athens is kind of in the middle, and Perry is on the upper side.
At the beginning of this year, Meigs County had the third highest jobless rate in Ohio at nearly 9.5%, almost twice the state average. Perry County is about 7% and Athens just under 6%. Neighboring Hocking and Vinton counties fall within the top third of highest jobless rates in the state. But jobless rates don't tell the real story for Southeast Ohio, because having a job doesn't always mean making a living and being able to provide for a family. You have to consider the poverty rate. In both Meigs and Vinton counties, 1 out of every 5 people live below the poverty rate. And in Athens County, almost a third of people live on less than the minimum to survive. When you're worried about paying the heating bill or putting food on the table, you don't have the resources to consider higher education as a way out. But not all good-paying jobs in Southeast Ohio require a degree.
There are open jobs in Southeast Ohio, but the biggest problem is the right training. Many people have a 4-year diploma, but most open jobs require vocational training or an apprenticeship.
Places like the Ohio Means Jobs Center, where Mills found help, are good resources for these kinds of opportunities. It not only works with unemployed residents, but also with the underemployed. These are workers who barely meet the poverty line and are looking for a new job that pays better and ways around the barriers to getting that job. Laurie Gribble-McKnight works for Ohio Means Jobs in the Plains. She knows the problems in the area.
I'd say probably training in in-demand occupations, and we don't have a lot of manufacturing jobs. The Small Business Development Center is working really hard to get more manufacturing jobs in our area, the Economic Development Council, and as that progresses, we're going to see better wages. The wages that are offered in Athens County are more low-income wages. So you're going to, even if you're working 40 hours a week, if you're working at minimum wage, you're still going to be eligible for food stamps possibly and a medical card.
Training certainly is an issue. There's a lot of barriers to employment. Sometimes it's things like transportation, things like lack of a 2-year or a certificate that gives them the background and skills to do jobs that are available.
One employer who has found a way around some of those barriers is Bruce Underwood, the executive director at Athens Hocking Recycling. He employs more than 30 people and believes his company provides a great opportunity for anyone.
We've made some good opportunities here for somebody to come in with, it's essentially, working here at the facility, some of the jobs are unskilled labor. So that gives some people an opportunity at least to start as a stepping stone, towards something else.
Underwood and his staff provide employees with the training and skills that they need to work at the recycling center. Sometimes this includes helping an employee get their commercial driver's license to operate the company's machinery. By doing this, Underwood has seen the business and his employees succeed.
I think we're at 37 people in payroll, which is a significant improvement over the past couple of years. Back in our old system, at our old facility, we employed much less people. We've gone through a period of the last 3 or 4 years of some significant growth. So we've been able to add those additional jobs here at the sorting facility and drivers as well.
But to take advantage of expanding opportunities such as those at Athens Hocking Recycling, you have to know where and how to find them. The barriers to employment can be very intimidating for people.
People who come to the Ohio Means Job Centers to seek, they're motivated. And sometimes people aren't sure how they can get those barriers removed. So we do try to do a lot of outreach.
Another problem is a helping hand through the process. The Ohio Means Jobs Center in the Plains also offers formal clothing for interviews and assistance to prepare for that moment you have to sell yourself and your skills. It remains an uphill battle, but it's the individual battles that are won every single day that keep these people motivated to help others find a better job and a better life. And for those motivators, Stacia Mills is thankful.
They're all grateful, staff, willing to help you any way they can, and so appreciative because I don't think I would be here had they not helped me.
Right now, I'm in the Plains at the Ohio Means Jobs Athens County, and they provide interviewing clothing to everyone who needs them. I've also been told that especially jobs that require a vocational training or an apprenticeship are highly in demand, such as nursing, construction, or technical jobs. People who look for a new job should definitely focus on these. For Newswatch at Noon In Depth, I'm Lauren Ramosa, reporting live.
Thanks, Lauren.